College may seem to be far away as students move through middle and then high school, but it will arrive shockingly quickly. Let's talk about getting started early with Craig Bolanos, co-founder and chief executive, VestGen Wealth Partners in Inverness and Downers Grove. Craig, thank you for joining us today. And if there's one thing I have learned in adulthood, Craig, when you look at something and there's a deadline and it may seem like you have all the time in the world, you really don't. And that applies to your kid in college. And even if they're looking at freshman year next year, the graduation day is going to sneak up before you know it.
Oh, this hits so close to home. In fact, I'm so happy that we're on our final semester of college, Bills, for all of our kids. But don't put off for tomorrow what you need to do for today, because this is the avalanche issue in American financial planning, and we've got to start those family conversations early. I would say as early as freshman year of college to make sure the student and parents are aligned on a pathway to success.
Now, ideally, if you have an eighth grader, you have already been saving for your child's college education from infancy. I mean, I know my oldest daughter, her college account was opened shortly after her christening, and she was 2 months old. So let's say you've done all of that, but now you're approaching your freshman year in high school. You want to talk about college. What are the financial conversations you should have? And quite frankly, what are some of the academic conversations you should have to make sure you're well positioned for scholarships?
Well, that's right. I think it starts with the financial piece. You know, the family needs to be aligned on what's going to be the attitude. Are mom and dad going to underwrite? Is it going to be the student's responsibility, or is it going to be a hybrid approach? And then the family needs to be realistic with the student. Are we going to be doing the standard 4-year package, or are we going to do another favorite, which is the 2x2, 2 years of community and then 2 years of going away? And the truth, Rob, is even though many people started saving and investing early, growing their asset base, the sheer cost of college is making this an avalanche issue in American financial planning. That's why there's $1.8 trillion of student loan debt out there.
And is this also a situation, just given the exploding cost of college, which, as you point out, is a crushing source of debt for many people, setting expectations and maybe dialing back on what some of those expectations should be as you go into high school?
Well, I think that's just it, because it's not just the exploding, cost of college. People need to look very carefully at how expensive standard borrowing costs are. Those federal direct student loans for the students are going off north of 6.5%. Parent Plus loans are currently at 9.08. That's 9%. So I think it's paramount that both students and parents ensure that there is value in exchange for that college degree and that college experience, which means we really need to be focused on what's going to be the best academic pursuit in exchange for the monies that we're investing.
Craig Bolanos, co-founder and chief executive of VestGen Wealth Partners in Inverness and Downers Grove. Thank you for joining us today.